on, everybody? Welcome to a brand new edition of the Chris Stevens Writes YouTube show. It's going to be very short because I have a lot to say, but I'm going to try to condense it as I always do. If you are new to this channel, welcome aboard. My name is Chris Stevens. I'm a sports writer, novelist, podcaster, vlogger, as you can see. And I talk about all sorts of things under the sun, on this podcast, on this platform. Music, movie. Let me get my fingers up so you all see. Music, movies, sports, television, automobiles, dating and relationships, society, race, everything you can imagine, which is why, I wanted to do this channel. Actually do it right. It's actually a restart of a channel that I started 4 years ago, but back now, very much excited to be back with you all. 2024 has been a good year for this channel. I thank all my subscribers and returners who are here with us now. But if you're new, I invite you to subscribe, tap the notification bell to be notified of all the new content that drops on the channel. Don't forget to like and comment on the videos so we can foster a discussion. We can get this algorithm popping and more eyes and ears can be trained on this channel eventually so we can grow. My birthday is in 9 days, September 25th. So I'm at 82 subscribers. So I kind of need 2 subscribers a day leading up to my birthday. Actually, probably 3. But the more subscribers, the more chances I get to go live. And I kind of want to sort of go live either leading into my birthday or as my birthday is coming to a close. I haven't decided yet if I'm even going to do it. But if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it with 100 subscribers minimum. So if you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button. Tell a friend to tell a friend, tell a friend. We can get this channel going on the right course. So it is Monday. As you will be watching this, I am recording it on a different day because, well, I'm wearing a hoodie. And, it's just one of those things where I wear comfort clothes, when I have my AC on because I'm a person that gets hot really quickly. And then when I realize that I've been cold too long, the freeze kicks in. So that's why I have this hoodie on as I am talking to you lovely people today. But last week was one of the most interesting weeks in blackness that I can imagine. And the Frankie Beverly thing, I want to do an entirely different. I already did an episode on Frankie. And of course, I want to shout out my friend T when we talked about Eve last week. We also talked about Frankie Beverly. So I'm still tempted to do a Frankie Beverly episode, Friday, September 20th, by the way. If you're not familiar, it's going to be Frankie Beverly Whiteout Day. That might be a day I go live regardless. I might put on a white shirt or something and just play a whole bunch of Frankie in the background and go live and deal with the copyright hit whenever it comes. But yes, we lost Frankie Beverly last week at the age of 77, less than 2 months after his retirement. And it hurt. It absolutely hurt. And because he was one of the he's one of the most black famous people I can think of. If you didn't watch the HBCU Sports Live, and go give my job a follow on YouTube, HBCU Sports. You'll be glad you did. When we did our Wednesday show, I asked, is Frankie Beverly the most black famous person you can think of? And people thought I was saying the most famous black person. No, I mean black famous as in only we black people know Frankie Beverly. And people starting to come around on that Frankie Beverly is probably the most black famous person we can think of because white people don't know anything about Before I Let Go. They don't know anything about Happy Feelings. They don't know anything about Southern Girl. They don't know anything about Golden Time of Day. They don't know anything about Laid Back Girl. Frankie was ours. And he was ours all the way. He was ours in life, and he will remain ours in death. And it's a sad day. For those of us with parents who grew up for them listening to Frankie Beverly, it's definitely a sad time. So please check on your parents because as I said before, when I took my mom to see Frankie at his farewell show in Philly, it reminds me that my mom is getting older. So our parents are getting older as well as their legends, transition and, whatever. So please, check in with your parents because they're hurting too. We were hurting when Prince died. I know I'm still hurting. It's been 3 years since DMX passed. I'm still not over it. So check in with your parents, man. That is that's the one message I want to have before I dedicate a whole nother episode to Frankie Beverly. If you didn't check out the Frankie Beverly show I did in June, I will drop the link to that in the description below so you can check it out on your own time. But also last week in blackness, a 56-year-old grown man, a former football player, a Hall of Famer, decided that the rumors about his sexuality were too much. So He decided to accidentally go live while having sex with a woman. Yes, we are talking about Shannon Sharpe. And I said this on Facebook earlier, and I want to shout out my friend Tara Jefferson, who does a lot of great work with women in self-care. She's got a book coming out next year. And on my Facebook status, she commented, I watched the nightcap just to see if he was going to apologize to the woman in question, and he did not. And so what happens after he does not apologize? Shannon Sharpe drops a bunch of merch with the woman's name on it, because that was the woman's name he said during sex. Now, it's 2024. We're all grown here. Everybody, if you've been fortunate, has had sex a few times in their lives. And I'm not even going to get, I'm not even going to go judging folks that, do kinky things or in the alternative lifestyles. And yes, recording sex is considered alternative because not that many people want to be recorded having. They don't. It's a rare occasion. It is an extremely rare occasion. But those folks usually keep that stuff to themselves. Like, there's no reason for anyone to stage a sex tape to throw anyone off the scent of gay rumors if you're comfortable with yourself. And I get the sense that Shannon Sharpe is not very comfortable with himself. And this is not a knock on him. This is coming from a place of empathy, honestly. He's dead wrong what he's doing. Don't get it twisted. And this is not me absolving him or being an apologist for what he's done, because what he's done is absolutely disgusting. I mean the sex. Nobody cares about the sex. I'm just talking about the aftermath. The going on the show and talking about it, and advertising performance enhancing drugs, as it were, and merchandise with the woman's name on it. Like, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. And if rumors about that stuff bother you, that's fine. People say wrong stuff about people all the time, and people that aren't as famous as Shannon Sharpe. Like, there are people walking around like you and I, like normal everyday people, fighting rumors about who they are and what they do and all of that. And it sucks. It absolutely sucks when people want to say an untruth about you, but you have a choice. You can either let it affect you, or you can tell them to go take a long walk off a short cliff, which is one of my favorite things to do since I've turned 40, quite honestly. If you aren't paying these bills, if you are not taking care of me, because I take care of myself, if you are not taking care of my family, which I kind of help do, your opinion doesn't hold much water with me. Now, earlier years of my life, then yes, rumors and people talking negatively about me would have broke me for sure. But 2024, I am 9 days away from turning 43 years old. We too old for the lunch table. We too old for whispering by the lockers. We too old for bathroom conversation, quite honestly. If you know who you are and you know what you do on a daily basis, my mom says it like this: if you own your shit, no one can shame you. She said that years ago to me. And it took until I was in my 40s to figure it out. If you know who you are, good, bad, or indifferent, nobody can make you feel bad about it. And for some strange reason, Shannon Sharpe has allowed people to make him feel bad about the fact that he is a lifelong bachelor, that he's really muscular, and that he has a speech that people deem to be on the same gender-loving spectrum. Now, that I don't agree with, because there are people with different types of voices who have different tastes and people who they prefer. I don't have a deep voice. I like women. And it's real quick. There was one of the funny things about this whole Shannon Sharpe thing was a woman I saw on Twitter with a raspy voice that was talking about how Miss Michelle was a good one and she would have been in there talking back to Shannon Sharpe. The voice got me. The woman was attractive, but the voice got me. Let me just say that this is a an account, a stan account, a feed that loves raspy, deep voiced women. Because both of us can't sound like public accountants or IT professionals. We can't. I mean, I wish I had a deeper voice. Lord knows I wish I had a deeper voice. My father had a deep voice. A lot of that came from smoking cigarettes, which is why he died early at 55 years old. But my dad had a deep ass voice. And I used to complain all the time about my voice. It's one of the things I'm still very super sensitive about, quite honestly. Like, I joke all the time. I say if they ever have a voice transplant surgery, I am walking into a doctor's office saying, give me the Barry White. So I like women with a deep voice and a little bass into it, because we can't both be sounding like church mice up in this motherfucker. We can't. I'm sorry. That's just not how it works. That's not how any of this works. But back to the topic at hand. This is unbecoming behavior of a man who is damn near 60. That's the bottom line. There's a lot that can be said for men in general of any age pulling off sophomore behavior. Guys my age, we shouldn't be doing this shit. Guys in their 20s, you kind of expect it, but you kind of sort of need to be as the adult in the room. If you mentor a young man, let them know that certain things do not fly. And staging a sex tape and being as a test of your masculinity is one of those things you shouldn't be doing. Bottom line. And it's just very, I won't say it's disappointing. I'm just saying it's par for the course. Because ever since Shannon broke free of Skip Bayless and linked up with Stephen A. Smith, it just seems like he's turned up the foolishness. And it's unfortunate because we're in a stage and we're in a point in life now where people's sexuality is not the worst thing that someone could be. It never was, quite honestly. There are worse things you could be called than gay. Believe you me. Like, you could be called a scammer. Because if you just stealing people's money, then there's something wrong with you. If you could be called a murderer, like if you kill somebody, that is literally in the Bible. Thou shalt not kill. So it's scamming. Thou shalt not steal. You could be a bunch of other things. You could be a ton of stuff that is considered negative. Gay, bisexual, or pansexual ain't one of them things. It's not. There are plenty of people who are not straight, who are loved, famous people and regular everyday people who are loved by the people in their families, in their communities, in their professional circles. Nobody, I'm not going to say nobody cares, because it's obvious that the right wing just cares what everybody does in their bedroom. But we're at a point now where it isn't career ending to be, it's still tough out here. I can't speak because I'm a heterosexual male, but for my LGBTQ friends, they can probably speak to it, being a little more damning than usual, but it's not as damning as it used to be once upon a time, when you could call somebody the F word or the D word or anything else that was considered anti-gay or homophobic. Nowadays, we have gay people in public spaces. We have lesbian people. We have trans people. We have bisexual people. We have pansexual people who are in the public spaces, in the public spheres, who are known, and people still respect and admire them. And I'm not saying that, and I'm not adding to it. I'm not saying that Shannon Sharpe is gay definitively. That's not my call to make. What is my call to make is that you are so spooked out about a fucking rumor that you could have cleared up yourself several times that you reverted to a high school, college form to prove your masculinity, your straightness. And that is a devastating thing to live with. Because if you're going to sit here and just be moved by what anybody else says to do something as dumb as this, then you're not at all comfortable with yourself. And that's something you need to have a deep conversation with yourself about. Ain't got nothing to do with us. Shannon Sharpe probably won't even see this. If he does, it's not like I'm trying to, start a beef with Shannon Sharpe, obviously, but I'm just saying that you need to be in this world today. If you live for the acceptance of others, you will die by their negativity. Or to quote the legendary Rick Sanchez, I don't care what you people boo. I see what you people have cheered. So, what's the worst that can happen? You know, somebody calls you gay. Big whoop. Can they prove it? No. Do you have to even address it? No. So why do all of this? Why put yourself in someone else, mind you? Because there's still there's still a woman in this. There's still another human being whose intimate moments, staged or not, are for public consumption now. Like, everyone has heard what this woman sounds like in that moment. And not everybody needs to know what other human beings sound like in the moment. Like I said, kink and different things and different fetishes and different sexual interests, cool. I mean, there are people who you probably wouldn't even suspect have a library of sex tapes or audio or video. Doesn't matter. That's what they do. But they don't put it out for public consumption and play like, oh my God, I was hacked, and oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. Buy the t-shirts, buy this blue chew and all of that shit. Doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. Because if you're embarrassed by something, you show contrition, you show remorse, you apologize, you express your regret. Sharpe did none of those things as of this moment. So let's be clear about this. He doesn't regret being caught. He regrets that he's let the lie go this far. Because I've had Instagram for, over a decade. Let me pull up Instagram right quick right here on this phone. Let's see. I'm sorry. When you're trying to make a point, you're trying to be funny, and your phone just wants to, give you the blues. It is what it is. But yes. All right. So, okay. Here's Instagram. Wow, you can see my reflection. Good thing my phone is clean. That's how you know your phone is clean. You see, yeah, you see Instagram, all right? Okay, so let's. Okay, so yeah. So you have to hit this little button right here to go live. So let's see. Let's hit live. And yes, even when you hit the live button. Hi, that's me. Yeah, so even if you hit the live button, you still have to hit this little button in the center right here to go live. So that's at least 2 steps. And if you are in the middle of having sex, if it's good, or even if it's not so good, but if you are in the middle of intimate moments, you got to do a lot to go live accidentally, quite frankly. And I don't know about y'all. I ain't gonna get into some TMI on this channel. Maybe I'll do an after dark episode one of these days, but it won't be today. But I'm just trying to prove a point. If you are in the middle of hot and heavy intimate moments with someone, your phone is usually the farthest thing from your mind. It's usually across the room some damn where. Like if you're a person who plays music, like if you have one of those nice little setups where you can pull up the Spotify or the Apple Music and then tether it to your speaker or your smart TV. That's usually the only time you messing with your phone, and that's before you get started, not during or in the middle of. That's not how it works. So Shannon Sharpe, I don't know what he was trying to prove, but he's only opened up Pandora's box with not just respect to his sexuality, but his character. And that is something he is probably going to have to come to grips with eventually. I don't know if he has remorse. I don't know if he feels bad about it. I don't know if he feels shame about it, but it's going to catch up to him at some point. And he's got to live with the fact that he chose to jeopardize. I mean, this woman, as of right now, is still nameless. And I mean, she's not nameless. I mean, she's still very much anonymous. I mean, there are people on social media that were literally sleuthing, trying to find this Michelle woman. And I didn't mean to say her name on this podcast because I wanted to give her the privacy that Shannon didn't give her. And I apologize for that. But there's 2 people involved in this. Yeah, Shannon's going to get off scot-free because he's a man. And people aren't going to like this being said. there's a certain subset of people who hate women so much that even if a man says something remotely positive about women or remotely holding men accountable for the dumb stuff that we do, it's just going to be called pandering, or she won't let you hit, or I hope she sees this little bro and all of that good stuff. Whatever. That's fine. I can live with that. Because again, I know who I am. Do you? And that's going to do it for this edition of the Chris Stevens Writes YouTube show. Greatly appreciate your time. As always, contact information once again will be in the description below. So will the like. So will the subscription button and the notification bell is what I'm trying to say. And also the like button. Hit all of them. And don't forget to comment so we can talk about the video that you just watched, that I've just recorded, and that we can see how this goes, talk about things and get the algorithm popping so more eyes and ears can be on this channel, so I can get to 100 subscribers and get more subscribers after that, so I can stop begging y'all. But I mean, I'll just keep begging until we reach, different benchmarks, because I feel like I have a good thing with this channel and I want people to see it and I want people to come along for the ride. So until the next time we speak, I think I'm going to do an old school music video this week. I haven't decided yet, but I'll let you know when I do. But until the next time we speak, have a good start to your week. Y'all be good, or be good at it.